Welcome. Today we are going to see about the chapter 5 variables and operators. In this chapter we are going to discuss about various versions of Python, then how it evaluated, and then what are the variables and what are the different types of operators. Now we see what is variable. A variable is a symbol, a name that stands for a value. It can represent numeric values, characters, string, or a memory address. Variables play an important role in computer programming because they are enabling the programmer to write the flexible program rather than entering a data directly into the program. A programmer can use variables to represent the data. It is very easy to represent. Every variable has a name and data type, so we can clarify what kind of data input given to a particular variable. A variable data type indicates what sort of values of variable represent to a particular program. Next we come to the Python. Python generally it common to other programming languages. It conceived in the year late 1980. It implemented was started in the year of 1989 on December by Guido van Rossum. The Python version 2.0 was released on the year of 2000 October 16 with many features including a cycle detecting garbage collection for memory management and support for Unicode. And then Python 3.0 was released on the year of December 3, 2008 after a long period of testing. So the Python take a long back ago its history began. Python is a general purpose programming language created by Guido van Rossum. We know that in the University of CWI, which is National Research Institute for Mathematics and Computer Science specially. It located in the Netherlands. The language was released in 1991. Python got its names from BBC comedy series from 70s Monty Python's Flying Circus. Python supports both procedural and object-oriented approaches. Here we can see that the Guido van Rossum is a Dutch programmer, best known as author of Python programming languages. He stopped down as a programmer from BDFL, Benevolent Dictate for Life, in July 2018. Now he is currently a member of Python Steering Council. He born in 31st January 1956. The key feature of Python, it is general purpose programming language which can be used both scientific and non-scientific programming. It is a platform independent programming language. The program written in Python are easy readable and understandable. We can easily understand the concepts by seeing the code. The version 3.x of Python IDE is used to develop and run Python code. It can be downloaded from the web source www.python.org. Programming in Python. This is very important. Programming can be written in two ways. One is interactive mode, another one is script mode. The interactive mode allows us to write code in Python command prompt. It is gives with immediate result. That means the line by line interactive section given to us. Whereas in script mode, program can be written and stored as a separate file with the extension of .py. Each and every file should be saved with this extension compulsory and executed. Script mode is used to create and edit Python source file. This is not available in the interactive mode. Once you give a code or command in a single line, it will be executed and give the result immediately. but we can store the code. After that, in future purpose, we can retrieve and work on that particular source code. It is available in only in the script mode. Interactive mode programming. In interactive mode, Python code can be directly typed and the interpreter display the results immediately. Already we have discussed. The interactive mode can also used as a simple calculator. How to invoke the Python IDE? By the following steps. You can go with start all program Python 3.x. Within that you can see that IDE Python 3.x, or else you can click the Python icon in the desktop. Now you can see the IDE like this. Here the prompt will be shown like this. The prompt indicates the interpreter is ready to accept your instruction or else the user command. The prompt on the screen means IDE is working interactive mode. Now let us try a simple calculator by using simple mathematical expressions. Now script mode. Script mode programming, basically a script is text file containing the Python statements. Python scripts are reusable code. Once the script is created, it can be executed again and again without retyping. The script are editable. Already we have seen that the script mode is used for future purpose, that now we type and store in a particular place. In future, whenever we need, we can open it, edit, run the particular source code. Now we are going to see how to create the script in the Python IDE. You want to choose the file from the menu, then go to the new file option, or else directly you can press the Ctrl+N in your keyboard. Next you can see this empty untitled blank script text editor will be displayed on your screen. Now you can start to type your code. Here one basic example code is given. A is equal to 100, B is equal to 150 and C is equal to A plus B. Print the sum, directly the value C. Here the output will give 450 as a code what we given inside the script mode. Now we are going to see how to save the Python script. Here you just choose a file from the menu, then go for the save option, or else you can press the shortcut key from the keyboard Ctrl+S, as like similar to the other window based elements. Now you can see the next window dialog box. It will ask for your file name and then the storage location. Here you want to definitely type on file name with that particular extension. What is the extension? .py. It is very important for this program. In the save as dialog box, select the location where you want to save your Python code and type the file name in the file name box. Python files are by default saved with the extension of .py. Thus, while creating Python script using Python script editor, no need to specify the file extension. If suppose you are using some other script editor, you want to mention the extension. Finally, click save button to save your Python script. Then execution of script. You can choose the run and then run module from the menu bar, or else directly you can press the F5 key from your keyboard. It get run your code from your editor. If your code has any error, it will be shown in the red color in the IDE window, and Python describes the type of error occurred. To correct the errors, go back to the script editor, make the corrections and save the file, and then come back to the execution mode. For all the error free code, the out will be appear in the IDE window. Whatever the code represent to mention some result, it will be displayed on the screen. Next we are going to see about input and output function. A program need to interact with the user. so that we need some certain special task functions. These functions specifically for the user interaction with the consumer or user. Here you see the input output function. The input function helps to enter a data at runtime by the user. The output function print is used to display the result of the program on the screen after execution. The print function is used to display result on the screen. The syntax you can see here: print string to be displayed as the output, or else you can give a variable as a print method. Print a variable. Next method shows that print string displayed as output, comma, then another one variable. Here you can give multiple value in the print section. Only thing you want to mention a comma as a delimiter or separator. Next, last one, print string 1 variable, string 2 variable 2, then string 3 variable 3. Simultaneously you can give more than 3 values or number of values as per the user need. Input function. Input function already we have seen, it is used to accept the data from the user. It is very simple. The variable equal symbol, then input, then prompt string. Here you can notice that the prompt string is for the user guidance. The prompt string is used, it is displayed on the monitor. The user can provide the expected data from input device. The input takes wherever is typed from the keyboard and stored. The entered data is given as a variable. If prompt string is not given in input, no message is displayed on the screen. Thus the user will not know what is to be typed or what kind of input we want to give for this particular program. The input accepts all the data as a string or character, but not as a number. If the numerical value is entered, the input value should be explicitly converted into numeric data. The int function is used to convert the string data as a integer data explicitly. For example, here we are seeing that x is equal to int, within that input function as the prompt string as a enter number 1. Second one, y variable equal symbol int, then input function enter the number 2. Now you see, within the display function or output function print the sum x plus y, directly we are calling the two variables for the calculation. See the output, enter the number 1 34, enter the number 2, now the user gives 56. The sum automatically calculated at the place of print function, then gives the proper output. This is the methodology how the Python code is executed. Next thing is comment. Comment, already you have know about this comment section. In Python also having this comment section. Comment begins with hash symbol. The lines that begin with hash symbol are considered as a comments and ignored by the Python interpreter. Comments may be single line or multiple lines. The multiple line comments should be enclosed within a set of hash as given below. First you can see that the hash, it is a single line comment. Next one is hash, it is a single line, multi-line comment which contain more than one line. Then it is closed by the hash symbol. Indentation. Python uses white spaces such as spaces and tab to define program blocks, whereas other languages like C and C++, Java use curly braces to indicate the blocks of code for class functions or body, or for the loops and the block of section command. The number of white spaces in the indentation is not fixed, but all statements within the block must be indented with the same amount of space. In this example you can see that num is equal to int, then input function, then prompt string, enter a number. If condition is given, then you can see the condition number equal to 0. Next, see the fact 1 is indent from the sequential line starting point. Then again the fact 1 initialization is go to the exact starting position. Then for loop begins. Next the for loop content execution will be get indented from the for loop. This is called as the indentation. This is very important in the Python program creation. So be careful with the indentation.